Hello, curling fans, and welcome back to Curling Live and Sportsnet.ca's continuing coverage of the ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic. A great look at beautiful Okotoks, Alberta. And we're going to head inside the Okotoks Curling Club. A beautiful look at the trophy, too. Oh, my goodness. That's what's at stake here right now, and it's maybe a matchup that before this tournament started we could have anticipated. Team Kevin Cooey against Team Brendan Bottcher. John Cullen once again with you alongside two-time Scotties champion Chelsea Carey. And Chelsea, obviously a stacked field, but for the fourth year in a row, we are seeing Kevin Cooey play Brendan Bottcher in the Okotoks final.
Yeah, you start to wonder why they bother with the whole preliminary part of this event when these two teams always end up in the final. But, no small feat anytime, but certainly this year this field was incredible. So the cream of the crop rising to the top here with these two teams, and always great battles between these two teams, so we're in for a treat.
Two teams that make their home in the Glencoe Curling Club as well, so it's in nearby Calgary, not too far, and Chelsea you also call the Glencoe home, and it's two teams that didn't have to travel too far down the road to get here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very lucky and very spoiled to get to go practice at the Glencoe. The ice is incredible and beautiful club that I don't know about these guys, but I know I would never be able to afford to be a member of, really. So I get to kind of cheat and hang out there, at least in the curling club part sometimes, which is awesome. So yeah, nice for them to not have to travel. Nice to be able to play close to home. We often don't get that chance very much, so always relish those events where it isn't a big travel one. And I know I've seen some of the kids, Kevin's kids and Ben's kids out here last night, and families and things. So nice for these guys to be able to do that with the very extensive travel schedule that all of us have to faraway places to get to play an event close to home here. And Okotoks is great. The ice here is phenomenal. It's a really beautiful club. The kitchen is incredible. I think I've eaten every meal here for the last 4 days, and I'm not tired of it yet. So, yeah, great event down here. They're doing a really good job.
Yeah, no question. Mike Libis and his whole team here. Patsy in the kitchen. Everybody doing a great job at the Okotoks Curling Club to bring this really slam-level event to this community here in Alberta. It's we've seen a lot of the top 20 teams in the world here, and two of the top 10 doing battle here. Brendan Bottcher currently ranked 4th in the world. Kevin Cooey ranked number 10. So should be a great battle between two teams playing very well. We saw Brendan Bottcher this morning look excellent against Matt Dunstone, and Kevin Cooey maybe with a little bit more of an up-and-down game against Colton Flash, but both teams winning their semifinals to end up here. As Brad Thiessen will put that one just on top of the yellow Brendan Bottcher stone.
I think we can bang this one into the rings. Two-thirds. Peel.
So Brett Gallant going to try to lose that red center guard and spin the yellow one he's running back onto the house.
Whoa. Close. Yep. Very good, Brett. That'll play.
It won't quite get on the rings, but the double takeout made.
Needed to hit that a tiny bit thinner for Brett to stick that yellow in the rings, but that was just basically a bonus. Would have been nice, but getting those two guards was the first part of the plan.
So Team Kevin Cooey, as we said, out of the Glencoe Curling Club in Calgary, Alberta. Skip is Kevin Cooey, third Tyler Tardy, second Brad Thiessen, and lead Karik Martin.
Yep. Hard.
This will be the first time Brad and Karik are playing their old skipper and Brendan Bottcher.
Hard.
So that's certainly,
Hard.
I'm sure, a fun moment for them.
Up,
and probably a weird moment, too. They've been playing together for the last two quadrennials, quite some time, and in Brad's case, been playing with Brendan for the last decade. So probably a little weird to see your old skipper on the other side of the sheet, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably similar for Ben Hebert with Kevin Cooey.
Yeah. You're not If you played it off the yellow one, you could probably get it up in here. Probably hard pressed to get it out. You think you can throw an in turn with just back 4 weight and kind of chunk into it? The out turn, it's not going to come off quite as good. Like your shooter's going to end up pretty high. I'm good with blasting them. I think you're trying to hit half a rock and then get as much as we can. Half or a hair less, yeah. A thin third is the dead jam, so you got to be a little thicker than that.
So Brett Gallant going to try and get rid of everything in the house.
Whoa. Whoa. Hard mark. Okay. Better
And
than
he
it was.
will just stick the red right on top of the yellow, but as Brendan said, better than it was.
Turn you want.
I'm thinking my out.
Okay.
You like that? It's a better angle.
Right on, it's okay.
How you liking speed here?
So Tyler Tardy looking to put another one in there.
Real hard.
That's good.
Hard line. Where are you? Whoa. What? Hard line then. Hard line. Hard line then. Hard. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Okay. Good spot. Shot.
Good spot there from Tyler Tardy.
Right on the beak, Mark. Anything just a
Native
sliver low.
of Langley, British Columbia. Curling with these 3
you're
Albertans
out.
this year as the import. 3-time Canadian junior champ, 2-time world junior champ is Tyler Tardy.
I'm seeing it right in the middle.
There was a lot of speculation this offseason as to where he was going to end up. His team sort of announced pretty early on that they were not going to be back together, and there was some wild speculation, a lot of it by me, as to where he was going to call home next year. And sure enough, he's teamed up with the vet Kevin Cooey.
Whoa! That's a good shot.
Didn't he also not play his last year of juniors after he'd won
He
the 3?
decided
Like, he could have
not to
been
play the
4.
last year. He could have won 4. Yeah, he would have
That's
set the
incredible.
record.
Three lefties too.
Oh, the right-handed hack may be a little elevated here. That's what Mark and Tyler are looking at, since they both share that hack. We were saying before the game, 3 lefties in a game. That's pretty rare to see, especially at this level. With
wanna be
Brad
right to
Thiessen,
this
Mark
one.
Kennedy, and Tyler Tardy all throwing
likes this.
southpaw.
Should be open, even a shade high.
We theorized before the game there used to be a world left-handers curling championship. Maybe there still is. We weren't too sure. Maybe someone in the chat knows better than we do, but we were trying to convince Tyler before the game that if the 3 of them joined up with Desmond Young, who was
Line's
also
good.
curling in this event for Ryan Jakes,
Yep.
I think they
Gotta
could.
go.
I think they could win the World Left-Handers
Gotta go.
Championship in perpetuity.
Line's good.
Line's okay.
Line's good.
Close line.
Stay with it. It looks really good. No, off. Good shot.
Another nice shot from Tyler Tardy. And yeah, you're right, Chelsea. That 2020 junior year, he could have played. His brother had aged out by that time, and
It'll be reasonably.
he just thought, well, I've won 3 Canadians in a row and 2 Worlds in a row. Why not try my hand at men's? He did make the
you're out,
BC
you're
men's
in.
final that year, losing to Jim Cotter.
Good question. I think, which one makes it better spin-wise?
The out's going to be
Okay,
a
let's
bit better.
let's do that. I threw a couple of these earlier, so.
Yeah. I'm playing this to curl an inch for you.
Half?
Yeah.
Close.
Clean up.
So Mark Kennedy looking to get some Reds moving here.
Hard.
And that's a pretty darn good shot.
Not bad.
Gets right in between those two Mark Kennedy stones. Or sorry, Tyler Tardy stones rather. And lies mostly buried. You can see there from that view, though, Kevin Cooey can see over half of this from the hack.
Clean. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Hard. Hard.
Karek Martin trying to hold this straight. And he does a fine job of that.
Long roll.
We saw this in the semifinal earlier today, Chelsea, that with any type of hit weight, you can really hold it straight. Of course, Kevin Cooey played on a different sheet, so they may not have been sort of privy to that change a little bit, but we saw Ben Hebert in the game this morning just holding rocks really, really well. And I think we saw a little bit of that there. They almost surprised themselves with how well Karek could hold it there.
Yeah, even bringing them backwards in some
Angle move
places
similar to
where
yours.
it looked like they were probably a bit tight and were going to hit the rock too thick, and had Ben sweep it a little bit and kicked it back outwards to where they wanted it to be.
Third's
So
probably over the
definitely
top,
really good
guys.
sweeping ice for holding. Not
right
as
here.
good for the carve.
Right into the side of it, I think.
Not quite as effective on ice that's a little bit straighter, but you can really hold it. So just don't miss on the wide side and you'll be okay. Especially when you have the kind of sweepers that both of these teams have.
Absolutely. So early pressure spot here for Brendan Bottcher with the hammer. Needs to make a thin
Whoa.
double.
Curl. Curl. Curl, Benny. Curl, curl, curl. No.
And Brendan Bottcher will go by everything. Don't see that sort of miss too often from Brendan. That went right through the hole, and now a really good opportunity for Kevin Cooey to set up a steal here.
What happens if you just tap that a hair low?
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, he's probably just playing the double to give up one then, which is great.
As long as you get it back here. Yeah, you just don't want to leave the nose down. You like that? If you do something like that.
So Kevin Cooey deciding he'd rather smudge this one back a little bit.
Yeah, I thought you slid right at the blue.
Make Brendan Bottcher's shot a little tougher.
But yeah, that's what I saw too. Yeah, yeah.
So last rock here for Kevin Cooey, and he's been off to a great start, sitting 2 without the hammer, looking to make it a third.
This might pump this open.
Gotta go,
Hard.
gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And so Kevin Cooey does push it back, but might have pushed it back a little too far, Chelsea.
I'm not even so sure it's the depth as much as he pushed it all the way into the open. Would have liked to, that just over curled a tiny bit. A little bit heavy, but that would have been less of a concern. It's not bad because it is edge to edge, so it's a tricky shot for Brendan, but would have liked that to stay a little bit more buried.
Probably this first one, just make sure I'm on the good side of hack, okay?
Okay.
Hack. Yep.
So really the first time today we've seen Brendan Bottcher in any sort of trouble against against Matt Dunstone. It was pretty much all one-way traffic, so big shot here. Needs a hack weight takeout facing 3 with his final stone here in the first.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Clean it.
Yep.
Clean. Straight.
Clean.
Clean. Just clean. Clean it. You're perfect. Clean it. Clean it. Clean it. Nice throw, Botch. Good shot.
And indeed they are perfect. So Brendan Bottcher passes the first test, but a really good opening end for Team Kevin Cooey, and they'll have the hammer for the first time when we come back. You're watching the ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic.
Man, I can't believe how easy this is.
I thought the youngsters were supposed to be coming to help today.
I don't know, man.
Can't believe Benny. He's always giving me tips on the golf course trying to fix my swing. I mean, he can't beat me anyway.
Hey, boys. Nice shirts.
Nice bin.
Thanks, boys. Just doing a little decluttering here, getting rid of some old artifacts here.
What do you got there?
Check it out.
2009.
Huh, been good for a long time.
And what's this?
I don't know.
2016.
Ooh, careful, Botch. That's the last thing I won. What do we got here? 2009 Worlds. Ooh, talk about a throwaway.
2009. Weren't we in juniors?
What else we got here, Benny?
Boys, you can fit a ton of stuff in here, I'll tell you that.
You think this'll fit?
Oh, come on.
Might be trying to get rid of those shorts too.
Welcome back to Curling Live's continuing coverage of the ATB Classic. This is the final. Team Bottcher against Team Cooey. John Cullen alongside Chelsea Carey. And Chelsea, that is probably the toughest end we've seen Bottcher have all day. They were so good this morning against Team Dunstone, but a couple mistakes there, and Team Cooey almost makes them pay.
Curl.
Yeah, a really big shot there for Brendan. Unfortunately for Kevin Cooey, his
All you got
last
for
shot
line.
just over curled a
Never
tiny
off the
little
line.
bit,
Hard.
but still was a really high pressure shot for Brendan, and he was cool and calm under pressure, as we've seen him be many times in the past, and made it perfect.
I think we want this one pretty tight, a couple feet out.
So as we said off the top, both these teams undefeated on their way to this final. For Brendan Bottcher, they started out by defeating local rink Cole Adams. Then they went on to beat Kyler Kleibrink in a game we saw on stream. That was a phenomenal game, possibly the best game of the week that we've seen on the stream so far. Then they beat the Islanders in the A final 9-2 before beating Karsten Sturmey in a close quarterfinal last night, and then beating Matt Dunstone this morning in the semis. And as for Kevin Cooey, a couple tight games along the way. They beat Ryan Perrant and then Aaron Sluchinski by a score of 6-5, and then back-to-back wins against Reed Carruthers in the A final and in their quarterfinal before beating Colton Flash this morning 8-7 to end up in the final. So first event for both of these teams, and they both started 5-0. You got to think they're happy with that.
Yeah. shooter. Whoa, just in. Spin.
Great shot.
Threw that good.
Nice one.
Or you can nose that one, guys. It's tough, but if you...
It's a nice little tick shot there by Kark Martin. The tick serves a whole bunch of purposes, and you see it used probably the most often in a defensive situation where, you know, you're tied with a hammer coming home and you play the ticks to open up that forefoot. This one that was just thrown is what I refer to as the offensive tick, because you are hitting and you're making the tick and opening up the middle, but what you're also doing is creating a double corner guard or a corner guard and a buried rock behind it. It's what we saw Lisa Weigel do in the 2013 Scotties, becoming, I believe, the only lead to ever win the MVP award there, and she just made tick after tick exactly like that and rolled her shooter behind the guard into the house. There's really not much way to defend against it. It's so effective. So Kark Martin making a great shot there, unfortunately rolled just a tiny little bit too far and left the chase for Team Bottcher, where no mistake was made.
Control.
Yeah, Lisa being the first one to be first lead to be named MVP and first person to have a shot named after them since Al Hackner. So
Hard.
was a pretty big moment in curling, that 2013 Scotties.
Oh, hard, Tyler, hard.
And Brad Thiessen just can't quite get the roll there.
Great sweep.
So a chance for Brett Gallant and Team Bottcher to lie too without the hammer.
Yeah, you're right, though. A little sticky. It'll be good hack. Weight's good.
Yep.
Hack.
Yep.
I like the way
Yep. Hard. Hard, guys, hard.
Mark Kennedy really trying to hold this. And they will not get it by that corner guard. So unfortunate miss there for Brett Gallant. Mark Kennedy trying to hold it straight, but just had a little too much curl in it. So a chance now for Kevin Cooey to lie two
like
and
the same or
pretty
a little
much
more?
even and separated.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Dead nose. Easy. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Curl. Whoa.
Nice pair,
And
Brad.
that will stick in the rings. So it is Kevin Cooey lying two with the hammer here in the second.
Normal.
Yeah.
Mark Kennedy will just try to roll this over close to the other Kevin Cooey stone.
Curl. Hard, Ben. Right to it. Right on the nose. Good toss.
And won't get any roll.
A little heavy, eh?
But Kevin Cooey running out of room over there.
Didn't want to baby it
So
out
might
there.
need Tyler Tardy to just roll this in a hair.
It's same as Brad's.
Okay.
Control.
So have to be careful of setting up the double. If you nose hit this another time or two, probably leaves that not an easy double, cross-house double, but would probably be there.
Clean.
Whoa.
Yep.
Girl.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Girl.
Hard. Whoa.
Girl.
Whoa.
And that will just hang on. So nice shot from Tyler Tardy.
Call Kev.
I think you can still roll in kind of top four in here. Think so. Same weight.
Same weight? Okay.
I'll give you a little less.
Okay, yeah,
I like the throw.
yeah.
Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa! Curl! Curl, curl, curl! Hard, 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 hard!
That'll play. Sorry, Mark.
Good shot there from Mark Kennedy. Just maybe overswept it a hair, but needed to have it be on the rings, and it is.
What's the speed doing here? Do we know it?
But
Yeah,
it
we-
is. Sorry, go ahead, Chelsea.
I think we're going to say the same thing. We talk about the hits being a little
weight.
straighter everywhere, but that spot has been consistently straight all week. John and I are basically experts on the sheet at this point in time because we've watched so many
You are.
games
You're
on sheet
an
5.
expert. I'm all right. I'm catching up.
And that spot has been straight all week. So
Yep.
hard to believe it's not going to curl more.
Oh,
They're
hard.
anticipating just a
Hard.
tiny bit more finish and not quite getting it.
Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Brad.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
And we see Brad Thiessen indeed able to hold that one straight for Tyler Tardy. But yeah, like you said, Chelsea, even for two teams of this caliber, you just can't. Sometimes you just can't even trust it. Even when the rock's coming down, you almost can't believe it. You're like, okay, we're so close to where we want to hit it. We got to be sweeping this, right? Like you really have to sink into that mindset of, we just got to let this run. We know what it's going to do.
Yeah, it can be really tough, especially, I mean, I'm not right behind that spot, but my guess is that what that looks like is before you start to sweep it, you have to have over curled what you want to hit by several inches because you can actually back it up. So you have to wait till, if you're trying to hit, say, a third of a rock, you have to wait till you're flashing it before you start sweeping it. It's really mentally hard to wait that long to call the sweeping. It messes with your head pretty good as it's coming down, and you're saying to yourself, don't do it yet, don't do it yet, but your mouth wants to yell it.
So Brendan Bottcher looking for the thin double, and he will get it. So nice shot from Brendan Bottcher, but you have to think Kevin Cooey doesn't mind that either because he's got an opportunity for a hit and roll here. So we get a look at the replay here. Great shot from Brendan Bottcher.
Yours held pretty good here. No. Control. Yep.
Clean. Hard then.
Hard. Hard.
Yep.
Carrick Martin
Hard,
trying to
hard.
hold this one straight. They need a roll behind this corner guard.
Hard. Go.
Hard.
Roll it. Yep.
And it just won't quite get there. That spot, Chelsea does curl just a little bit. And it curls there, and they can't quite get buried behind that corner guard. And now maybe an opportunity for Brendan Bottcher to get behind it.
Thinking just inside center. Okay. I had you a little more, but with your intern, no, I like where you had it. Yeah,
I think this
that's
will be
good.
close.
That's good.
We may as well give it a go, right? If anything, the overroll's probably better.
Sounds good. Forward.
Forward. Yeah, give me that sliver more. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So last rock here for Brendan Bottcher in the second. Has an opportunity to maybe make a hit and roll behind this guard and force Kevin Cooey into a run back blank or a draw for one.
Curl. Easy. Curl. 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 Roll it. Roll it. Go. Great throw, Brendan.
And you could hear from Mark Kennedy's sigh of contempt. It didn't quite get behind that corner guard, but I guess Kevin Cooey not gonna bother chasing it, so he is gonna draw for his one. So I suppose it did the job.
Yeah, it looks like it did. for Kevin Cooey, part of the challenge is you're only one down right now, and if you give up a steal, that's a huge point to go 2 down. So being tied, is a really pretty good spot. You scored in the even end, and you're tied playing 3. I think it's the scoreboard is factoring into this decision a little bit probably.
So final stone for Kevin Cooey. Could have probably elected to blank, but instead is drawing for his single.
A little slower stuff right now. Mine's good.
Just needs full 8 foot.
14-3. Nice throw, Kev.
And no problem there for Kevin Cooey, so it will be a score of 1 and a tie ball game. Brendan Bottcher will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching Curling Live, official media partner of Sportsnet.
What does 1800 tequila taste like? It tastes like victory. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
What do you see when you see you? Some new to you wheels, maybe? We want to help you build the credit to do it. You've got this. We've got you. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Is the official on-demand delivery platform of the Toronto Blue Jays. Delicious is on deck. Get $0 delivery fees on your first order. DoorDash. Dash that.
Welcome back inside the Okotoks Curling Club. A good look there at the local fans out to watch this final. Who cares that it's plus 20 and September outside? It's beautiful inside here with 2 great curling teams playing each other, and it's maybe the start we expected. Chelsea, two good ends played by the team without the hammer and 2 forces, and now we see Brendan Bottcher back with the hammer here in the third.
Yeah, close battle so far. Interesting call there for Kevin for sure with not attempting that blank. It was fairly buried. He couldn't see much of it, but it's Kevin Cooey. Certainly was doable or cooable in this case.
Oh, okay.
But electing to draw, and like I say, I think that's mostly a scoreboard thing. If you take the risk, it was a difficult blank, and if you ever give up the steal, you're really not happy. You're not unhappy at all being tied, playing the third end, and hopefully getting that hammer back going to 4. So likely a scoreboard decision more than anything else.
Well, and we've also mentioned a bunch of times this weekend, Chelsea, this ice, if you're a leader on this ice, it's really good because it's really good hitting ice. You know exactly where to put the broom. As we said, it stays straight with that bigger weight, and obviously both these teams can hit super well. And we've often on this sheet seen the team that gets out to an early lead be able to sort of run that horse back into the stable. So I'm sure that also factored into to Kevin Cooey's decision making. That a 2-0 lead may, in theory, not seem like that big of a lead, but on this sheet and in this club right now, that can be a really huge lead.
Yeah, we've seen that happen a number of times in the games that we've featured where a team gets out to a 2-point lead and then it feels like the game's over, which is bizarre because it's not that big a lead, but then they get forced and then it's just really hard to come back. So, in a different event, in a different situation, you might see Kevin Cooey play the blank there, but electing to draw for one makes no mistake. So we have ourselves a battle.
Actually, throw peel.
So nice shot there from Ben Hebert, and
Close to nose, a sliver high.
Brad Thiessen will have the opportunity to get rid of it. He just can't lose his red here. Or sorry, I guess he can. Yeah, it's his own rock, so he's good.
Hard.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hard, hard.
Allows him to play the peel maybe
Hard.
one rock earlier than he normally would.
Shot.
And very nice shot there from Brad.
It's thin half. Half will be awful close.
And so we're just going to see Brendan Bottcher remove these guards and perhaps accept a blank here in the third.
Yeah, again, scoreboard play. You'd like to have the hammer in the even ends if you got to choose. So Brendan pretty happy to run these up and down, blank this end, and try to set up a deuce and four. Hits that a little thick, though, and is going to leave two guards out there. Very, very wide corner guard, but that center Team Cooey guard. We'll see Brad Thiessen come around that one.
I'm glad. I think this is our 11th game of the weekend. I might be out of stories. usually when there's a blank end, I like to tell a story, but I might be fresh out. So I'm glad we're going to see Roxon play. Probably the fans are glad too. They're probably sick of my stuff.
Mine's good. Hard.
And this looks
Hard,
like
guys.
it's going to come up a little light for Brad Thiessen, perhaps.
Hard.
Martin and Tardy
Hard,
really
hard.
trying to dig in here.
Go on.
And a good sweep there.
A really good sweep. That didn't look like it was going to get there, even
No.
at the hog line.
Well, and we've seen too, Chelsea, that when you get in a fresh draw path here, it can be very unforgiving. We actually saw earlier today, which you're not going to see this too often. Brett Gallant was trying to throw board weight and ended up throwing a guard. And we saw BJ Neufeld also come up quite light on a draw attempt. And yeah, it quickens up really quickly. It seems to be after one rock in the path, it quickens up. But if a rock hasn't been played in that path, it can be very slow. And we maybe saw a little bit of that with Brad's, although Karek and Tyler were able to drag that into the house. So Brett Gallant, again, just going to try to rip these two reds.
Clean. Yep. Whoa.
And we'll only whisker the red in the house.
Two-thirds. Mine's good.
So as Tyler Tardy goes to
Okay, bit of room here.
put a guard on this rock,
Gotta
I'm pleased to
curl.
welcome Mike Libis into the broadcast booth, a.k.a.
Cross
the
center.
table in the lounge.
Fully across, easy.
Hi, John. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being on here. Thanks for running this event. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how this all came together. I know that ATB Financial came on board, and you guys just got the ice in. Now you have this marquee event at your club. Talk to me a little bit about how this all came together.
Well, during COVID, actually, Benny Hebert and myself got to know each other pretty good, and of course, ATB is a big sponsor. They were of Team Cooey and now Team Bottcher, so they wanted to come on as a title event, and we ended up partnering up with them, and now this is our 4th year with it, so we're pretty excited for that partnership.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think it's, obviously an event that has done well for you. A great double peel there by Mark Kennedy. An event that's done really well, and I think this year, fair to say, probably the strongest field that you've seen in this event?
Yeah, absolutely. We have, I was counting up, I think we have 8 teams that'll be participating in the Slam in a couple weeks, and we've had strong fields in the past. We've always had Cooey and Bottcher playing here and some of the other top teams, but this year it's just gone above and beyond, and I think it's, COVID's kind of over now a little bit, and people can travel and partake in more events, and with Ben's connection, he's made some phone calls, so we've been pretty lucky to get them all out here.
Yeah,
and we raised the purse this year, which has helped.
That always helps. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the purse. What are the what are we playing for here in this final game?
So the purse is $50,000 here. The winner will take home $14,000. Second place will be $10,000. So big thanks to, of course, ATB. We've got Far Brewery as one of our presenting sponsors, and Cooperators Okotoks they threw in some money, and we've given all the money back to the players. So the club
None
has
for
made
yourself.
the money. None for myself.
Wow, that's generous of you.
The
If I
club
was in
is-
your position, I'd be taking at least a couple G's.
Well, the club's making the money off the door, so we've done really well there, and it helps to promote our club. We think there's a value there in promoting Okotoks Curling Club, and we just enjoy having these players here.
Oh, yeah, no question. I mean, I think, I do a lot of traveling with Curling Live, and you go into different small communities, and, you really see the impact that it has. And I think one thing that we've gotten to see, even with participating in this event, but as well watching, you get to see the junior players, around here who get to come out and experience what it's like to either be in this event or get to see some of the top teams out here live and just, how good they are. And of course, the players are always so generous with their time as well.
Oh, it was exciting here last night. We had so many kids running around. We had the Cooey girls, and we had Hebert's kids are here, and Mark Kendy's daughter's here. And, of course, we got a lot of local. They all play together, actually, in our academy. We have the 2 Cooey girls playing in our junior academy here. So it's pretty nice to watch them run around here and watch the curling a little bit. They watched a little bit. Didn't watch a lot.
Well, when you get all those kids together, sometimes it doesn't always come together and result in a productive curling watching experience.
We're happy to have you guys here too. Curling Live has just brought another part of our event that's just brought it to a whole new level. So we really appreciate Ryland and all you guys have done coming to the event.
Hey, my pleasure. It's been great to be here. The community's beautiful, the club's beautiful, and the ice has been really good too. I know there was. I heard some rumors there were maybe a little challenge getting the ice in this year. What do you have to do to get the ice ready for these premier players to play on it?
It's been a little bit more than a challenge this year.
Challenge is understating it.
The 32-degree weather, we had to start the event, and then we had the plant go down after we had painted white and lost all the first layer of the white paint.
Oh, my God.
So we had to redo it for a second time, and my guys are a little burnt out already, and we're only a month into it. So it was definitely a challenge, but we got it all back together. And I watched the ice Tuesday morning. We had some of the teams throw rocks, and I didn't like the way sheets 4, 5, and 6 were playing, so I flooded again Tuesday afternoon. And we're pretty happy with the result. We definitely could, we did rush it at the end and could use a couple more floods, but I think the players have been happy so far.
Oh, I've heard nothing but good things from the players about the ice and the community in general as Brendan Bottcher here prepares for an open hit. Does look like we're potentially heading for a blank end here, but it's obviously a challenge as the curling season gets earlier and earlier. Why doesn't anybody think about the ice makers in these situations? You're just you're getting stressed, but
Well, we could definitely use some cold weather for sure. It helps when you're trying to make ice, but you know what? Everything's worked out, like I said, and we got a perfect storm here with we think the best 2 teams, great representatives here in the final, and couldn't have worked out better for the club and for the event.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As Chelsea and I said earlier, I think when we saw this tournament at the start of the week, I think a lot of people, if not expecting these 2 teams in the final, certainly hoping they would get there, especially on Alberta soil, or maybe getting a little bit of a provincial final preview
that's what
here.
They say. I think there's some other teams might have something to say about that.
I think so, yeah. It's a pretty stacked province, as always.
Sitting back on. I was pretty close, too. So.
Yeah, he's been close a few times, no question about it.
We've got some great up-and-coming teams here. And you know what? That's a huge advantage of hosting it here in Alberta. Is a lot of those young teams get to go out and play against the top teams that normally just play in the slams, and that's another reason we do it. So my son's team was here this weekend.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, so if they get to play, then we'll keep the hosting. That's for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's been a fantastic event. I know all of us here at Curling Live and everybody watching at home has appreciated it, and all the curlers too. Haven't heard a bad word from anybody. So, yeah, great work, Mike. And oh, you're welcome. Bowen just cut your audio off for a second,
so.
But Brendan Bottcher here looking for the blank.
Oh, another ran through that one pretty clean. So
yeah, it looked pretty good from down here. Well, thanks again, Mike. Thanks
yeah,
for joining us here on the stream.
And
We
I'm
appreciate
sit
it.
back and
Now,
enjoy the final
please
here
do, or have a nap.
I
One
might have
or
a
the
nap,
other.
one of the
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
Thanks, John.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike.
guys.
We'll be back right after this.
DoorDash. Dash that delicious and nutritious. Dash that savory and sweet. Get $0 delivery fees on your first order. DoorDash. Dash that.
What do you see when you see you? Your own place? With your own groceries? We want to help you build the credit to do it. You've got this. We've got you. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
So we are back here from the Okotoks Curling Club. A great look at the trophy there, and I would be remiss not to mention that the trophy, not only beautiful and in the shape of the province of Alberta, but the trophy actually made from an old railroad tie that ran through Okotoks and a piece of wood from a grain elevator. There's another look at the trophy there. And I'm reminded of Okotoks' great history with the railroad, as the train ran just outside of my hotel at 6:32 a.m. every single morning that I was staying here, and blared its horn, awaking me in a ceremonial fashion.
I feel like you were on My Cousin Vinny.
Lay the weight.
Tiny bump.
Yeah, it was a nice time, but no, a beautiful trophy, and one of these two teams is going to hoist it. As Mike said, this is the fourth time this event has been run, and it has been Cooey versus Bottcher in the final every year, so we will once again see one of their names go on the trophy. It's just a matter of who.
Yeah. Like the same broom? Line's good.
Just got a little light.
Top 12. Yeah. Push, guys. Hard. I need a full 12 at least. Hard, guys. Hard. Line's good. Line's good.
So Ben Hebert looking
Line's
for
good. Line's good. Hard.
a little corner freeze.
I got you.
Keep it going. Oh, that's a scrub.
Great sweep from Gallant and Kennedy.
Nice, Brett.
Don't see that very often. Little high five between the sweepers.
Hey, good job. Hey, you two.
I think just
Especially these days, it's not often you need both sweepers leaning on
It's
one
true,
to
yeah.
get the
Fist
job done.
freeze.
So it's a throwback to another time.
D-line.
You've been
Definitely wanna
basically a
move that.
lifetime skip, but as a lifetime lead or second myself, I just
D-line.
can't help but look back and think about all those rocks I swept for no reason. Quite literally thousands of rocks. Every time my shoulder clicks when I move it above my head, I go, John, you stupid moron.
Wait only.
Well, at least you're not hard on yourself or anything.
Clean. Yep.
Well,
It has made it easier though on the sweepers'
Hard.
bodies and on getting through long events
Hard.
and Briars and Scotties where it's 10 days of games that you don't have to
Whoa.
sweep every single rock. Somebody, you're the outside sweeper, you're the communicator. I know I know it's always an interesting one. One of my teammates, we played an event in Martinsville And I guess we threw a lot of out turns because she was the inside sweeper on the out turn side. And I knew she swept a lot, but after the game she said, "Okay, so in the next game, could we maybe throw some interns?" I was like, "Sorry, man, that's on me. I'll call some interns, I promise."
Speaking of interns, that was a nice intern there or I guess an out turn for Brad Thiessen, but makes a nice little tap. So Brett Gallant on cleanup duty here.
Yep. Well, yep. Yep. Hard. Go, go, go. Get out of there.
And just like that.
Good job, Brett.
Doesn't quite get all 3 reds out, but still a pretty nice shot there from Brett Gallant, and probably early enough in the end that Team Bottcher will like their chances of grouping those stones eventually.
Clean. Yep.
So Brad Thiessen would love a roll here and some separation between
Hard.
these 2 red stones.
Gotta go hard. Hard. Okay.
I just got a text from Lainey Peters saying she can also relate to having to sweep a lot of out turns. She was the inside sweeper on that out turn side, and that was the first year we started doing the one sweeper thing with, we call it, whatever you want to call it, Broomgate. In 2016 when I was playing with Lainey, and there was, if you watch back that Scotties, you'll hear Amy and I say Lainey an awful lot. She probably has nightmares about it.
Yeah, I have a few nightmares about my skips, both screaming at me and for some of their shot making. And so Brett Gallant doesn't quite get the roll he was looking for, but certainly not a bad shot. Yeah, it's nice. You get a text from a friend being like, "Oh, remember the glory days?" I got a text from my pal Sebastian Robillard, who just texted me, "John, you stupid moron."
Yeah, I mean, you did call yourself that.
Yeah, I know. I opened myself up for it, but apparently that's what happens. So very nice roll there from Tyler Tardy, and now it's starting to look like a potential force here for Kevin Cooey.
Yeah, those are pretty split.
That same normal waiter you were giving me 2 ends ago?
Now, Chelsea, you talked earlier about Brendan Bottcher being okay with blanking 3, wanting to score in 4. Is that something as a skip that you're super conscious of? I mean, obviously I know, ultimately you want to score in the even ends, but is that something you're thinking about as early as the 4th end, or do you care as much?
No, you don't. Early? It depends on the skip. Everybody's got their own viewpoint on it. I don't think it matters that much until the back half of the game, but just the way the end, like if you always know that it's in the back of your mind, even though it's only the 3rd end, the way that was set up, there was 2 staggered guards that were the wrong color for Brendan Bottcher, so it's easy to go, yeah, okay, so we just blank this one and then take the hammer into 4. So I don't think you're living and dying on it in the first half of the game, but it's still there in your consciousness if it's not working out that you're pretty happy to blank those odd ends.
So Mark Kennedy just rolls too far, and a chance for Tyler Tardy to once again get the house split. And truly split. It's really kind of looking like a 7-10 here.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get more split than that Red Rock. I guess it could be biting less of the 12-foot.
Hard then. Never in front of that one. T-line-ish. Okay, right to my broom. Yep, hard, Kirk, hard. Keep going. It's good.
And those are pretty much dead even. Very nice weight from Tyler Tardy.
Just gotta roll the full back four. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa, curl.
Curl.
Easy.
So again, looking for a big roll here is Mark Kennedy. And that's pretty good.
Even noses. Roll there, he might have a goal. He's always getting one. So no, I like the nose actually. Control.
Kevin Cooey looking for the nose hit. The double will be there for Brendan Bottcher, but difficult. So not sure if we'll see him take it on his first one. Might just play another nose and try to make it an easier double for his last. Might play it on his first and try to set up the blank, but he's going to have a double no matter where you roll to, so it's just a matter of making it the hardest double. And what's nice about hitting on the nose is that Brendan Bottcher has to hit second shot rock first. When you're playing a double, you always, if possible, like to be able to hit shot rock first so that you know you're eliminating it. Coming off this wide one on the side is not that appealing to look at.
So that's a nice roll for Kevin Cooey there. That's no easy double. It's both thin and long. An asparagus double, if you will.
Oh, boy.
It's game 11.
I was just going to say it's clearly game 11.
Let me live, Chelsea.
We're starting to get delirious in the booth here.
I could feel, I didn't even look at you. I could just feel, could feel it.
I was trying to come up with something and I was like, yeah, I got nothing. I don't even know what to say about that one.
So Brendan Bottcher going to try to take it on here. Certainly a high degree of difficulty here with his first.
Whoa. Whoa, close.
Clean.
Close, clean.
Yep.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Why not? Get out some olive oil, some salt and pepper. That asparagus is cooked.
Great shot.
Very nice shot from Brendan Bottcher. And so it looks like we are heading to Blanksville here.
So by the same token that Brendan Bottcher didn't mind blanking the third end, Kevin Cooey doesn't really mind letting him blank the fourth end either. Try to force him in 5 and then take the hammer into 6.
Clean. You're good. You're good. So. Good half.
So the great shot by Brendan Bottcher on his first one sets up the blank opportunity here in the fourth. Final stone.
Yep. Gotta go, Benny.
Ben Hebert trying to bring this off. Brendan was a little tight on this one. But again, we've talked about that straight side of the sheet all day, and no problem for Ben Hebert and Brendan Bottcher, so we will put another 0 on the board. Brendan Bottcher will retain the hammer when we come back. You're watching Curling Live, official media partner of Sportsnet.
Gentlemen, we need to talk about your health. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, then you know it's difficult, both physically and emotionally. But remember, you are not alone. It's crucial to ask the right questions and to play an active role when discussing your options with your doctor. Gentlemen, it's time you take control of your health and ask about treatment options that are suitable for you. Go to crucialrehearsal.ca to answer a few short questions and download a personalized script to guide your next conversation with your doctor. Check it out.
Boys.
DoorDash is the official on-demand delivery platform of the Toronto Blue Jays. Delicious is on deck. Get $0 delivery fees on your first order. DoorDash. Dash that.
Hey everyone, Mark here from Team Bottcher. We're here in Calgary at the Hearing Loss Clinic new location at the University District. Come inside, let's meet the team, and let's see what makes us such a great company to partner with.
I think our vision at the Hearing Loss Clinic is to be sort of the hearing clinic out there, right? We want to showcase the best meticulous clinical work that we can and combine that with the incredible passion that our whole team has about hearing healthcare. We're all like-minded, we're all very passionate about our job, about hearing healthcare, and I think we really convey that to our clients. As soon as they come in the door, they're greeted by a great team of people, big smiles, coffee. We try and make everybody feel really comfortable with the whole experience, and it's really exciting for us to follow the research, to see what we can offer to our clients next, and really it's all about helping them on their hearing journey. I think two things that set us apart. One is how friendly and welcoming and excited our team is about all of the hearing healthcare stuff we provide, and also how we take a unique approach to hearing healthcare. So we have a wider scope of practice than a lot of clinics out there, and it's really important to assess every client's individual needs and what's going to work best for them from a treatment point of view.
Hello, curling fans. Welcome back to beautiful Okotoks, Alberta, home of the ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic. And it's not the only place you can find great curling this year. Of course, the Grand Slam schedule gets underway in just a couple weeks' time with the Boost National from North Bay, Ontario. And of course, we run all the way from October through to May, concluding with the Coyote Champions Cup in Regina, Saskatchewan. If you're in any of those cities you see up on the screen right now, or you want to travel and take in some great curling, you can head on over to thegrandslamofcurling.com for ticket info. And of course, the Grand Slams will be covered live all season long on Sportsnet. So make sure you tune in. Pinty's Grand Slam, going to be a lot of great action. We're seeing two teams who are not going to be unfamiliar to Slam fans, and I would reckon they'll be in a few Slam finals this year, but they're in this final here today. And Chelsea, it's been maybe a little bit cagey, but a lot of made shots from both teams.
Yeah, I don't know that they're necessarily going out of their way to play conservatively, but both teams making a lot of those double peels and runbacks and things, and so it has turned into some blank ends and things, but not for lack of rocks in play early, as we're seeing again here. But definitely, yeah, cagey's a good word for it.
Go ahead. Your line's good.
Two opponents that are very familiar with each other, obviously. Many former teammates on this sheet right now.
Yeah, keep it moving, keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if Tyler Tardy and Brett Galland are sort of bonding right now.
Yeah, the only two who aren't playing against their old team.
Yeah. Both from other provinces, both on the coast. But also fun for them to get involved in this battle early on. I'm sure when both decided to play out of Alberta this year, this was the matchup they were knowing they were going to be a part of all season long, and it's been great to see so far.
Clean.
So Brad Thiessen will look for a hit and roll here.
Hard. Whoa, hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good.
And we'll just nose.
That's perfect. Great shot.
That was probably what he was trying in retrospect. I wasn't sure.
You can roll onto the top of this yellow one if you get the roll right. Probably with normal.
Normal.
Clean. Yep.
And that will roll right out of the house. So
Kind of just seeing normal.
chance here for Brad Thiessen to run
Okay,
this
I look
back,
firm.
get rid of the shot stone.
You want to be a millimeter high. Millimeter high. Nose is close, but it's shade high. Just firm. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, Kevin, idiots.
I didn't say it. I would never call Kevin an idiot, but yeah, just missing the line call there. It looked like that was a made shot for Brad Thiessen and just overswept.
You called yourself a moron. He called himself an idiot. Everybody's just being really hard on
We're
themselves.
really hard on ourselves today. Yeah. It's early in the year, you know. We don't know what we're doing yet.
Weight's good.
Clean.
Hack.
So now, big opportunity here for Team Bottcher to lie two with the hammer. And it just won't quite bend enough.
Good toss, Brett.
They're trying to roll that one behind that sort of makeshift corner guard there, but doesn't quite get there. And if you're unfamiliar with Tyler Tardy's game, he can throw an absolute bullet. And I would imagine that's what we're about to see here.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa. Off. Curl.
Sit.
And Tyler will make no mistake. So once again, we could be heading towards a blank. Just that one rollout from Brett Gallant setting it up here.
You'd think these guys had flights home or something.
Yeah, no kidding. My flight's not till 11, so if these guys want to play like 30-some ends, I'm in. So Mark Kennedy would love to stick around here.
Good toss. 10 on the nose.
Yep. Clean. Broom down.
And Tyler will hit it on the beak.
Sweet.
And Mark will hit it on the beak. I guess Chelsea, neither team really wanting to roll behind that corner guard in case you roll out or you put it in a position that it could be freeze to.
Yeah, it was pretty far back too, so I think it's hard to roll over there and stay in the house. You'd be really, really deep. If this rock was kind of top 8, you might see that roll played. I'm not sure that I would play it without the hammer, because if you roll part way, then you make it an easy roll for them, and they're trying to set up a 2. So the caginess continues.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Whoa, whoa.
Yes, we continue to be trapped in a glass case of emotions. So Bottcher looking to roll away from that corner guard because, of course, for Kevin Cooey, on his last one, he would have no trouble trying to roll behind that one. He'd probably sell out to try to get the roll because if you roll out, it's still just a blank anyway. So Brendan Bottcher would love to get this on the open side. And Brendan will get that little roll. And I would imagine Chelsea, Kevin's going to try and roll behind this corner guard.
I would think. You can't hurt yourself by trying. You shouldn't be in much danger of not making contact with this yellow. So once you know you have that, then sweep it for the roll. It again it'll be deep in the house, so you don't have a lot of rings to roll to and stay buried and in the house, but it's there. Even if you just roll part way over there and get a piece of it tucked, at least it makes Brendan look at that guard. He has to throw the other turn. I mean, at this point, you may as well try anything you can to make his blank a little bit harder.
So last rock here for Kevin Cooey in the 5th. Trying to sell out for the roll behind that corner guard.
Curl!
And it will not get there. So Brendan Bottcher will have an opportunity to blank a 3rd end in a row. And as you said, Chelsea, not for the team's lack of trying, but just a couple half misses from both teams, and neither team really able to get things started here in the 5th. And that's as easy as you like from Brendan Bottcher, so we will put another 0 on the board, and we'll be back with the 6th end. Brendan Bottcher will still have the hammer when we come back. You're watching the ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic.
What do you see when you see you? Some new-to-you wheels, maybe? We want to help you build the credit to do it. You've got this. We've got you. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Hey, you old guys need a little bit of this for the joints, or?
Back in Alberta, baby.
Hey, Benny, we got some pigeon food here for you.
Just clean, guys.
What does 1800 tequila taste like? It tastes like victory. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
Yeah, we're already done to tomorrow for the next one, so. Fredericton, yeah.
Hello, curling fans. Welcome back to continuing coverage of the ATB Financial Curling Classic here from the Okotoks Curling Club. Just about 20 minutes south of Calgary, and this is our key to the game. I don't know who's key. No one spoke to me about this, but it is the battle at Vice. Tyler Tardy against Mark Kennedy. And it's been actually a great showing for the young Tyler Tardy in this game, Chelsea. He's played very well. And, you know, Mark Kennedy, of course, we always expect to play well.
Absolutely, yeah. It has been kind of the key battle, whether you knew about it or not.
Hard line. Hard. Gotta go, guys. Gotta go line. Gotta go line. Hard.
And that just over curls on Karek Martin a little bit.
The best shot, I'm not sure if you have enough room, would be to go big. Yeah. No, I like that. You like hack? Good hack? I like the big roll with easy.
You know Ben Hebert wants to throw more takeout weight if he can. Brendan Bottcher is like, oh, maybe we'll throw hack. Ben's like, I don't know. Could we throw easy? I know as a lead, I was always like that too. It's, ooh, I get to throw a hit? Okay, let's go.
I don't know if you took this approach. We were talking earlier about charity bond spiels, but I played in a charity spiel, not with, but another one of the skips there was Don Bartlett, and he refused to throw a draw. He was the skip on the team, and he only threw hits.
The only charity spiel I played in, the House of Hearts, was a good time in Duluth, Minnesota there. It's run by Joe Polo and the Plies family to benefit their charity. Super fun time. And I don't think I adopted the Donnie B strategy, but if I get invited back, I think I will, because that sounds great to me.
Intern.
I might have to learn how to curl again if I get invited to another charity spiel.
It's all for the kids. It's all good.
Yeah, well, kids should not be watching me throw rocks these days. It's probably a pretty sad display.
Yep.
So Brad Thiessen looking for the thin double here.
Hard. Gotta go, Kirk. Hard.
And he will get it. Would love for that to stay in the rings. And it will. But it'll be wide open for Brett Gallant.
Clean.
Easy.
Yep. Clean.
Easy. Weight's good.
Clean. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Clean, clean. We're good. Good toss.
And that will stick in the ring, so it forces Kevin Cooey to deal with it.
Probably look for the hit and roll behind the guard here for Brad Thiessen.
Clean. Yep. Hard then.
Hard. Hard, you gotta go. Weight's
Whoa,
good.
whoa.
Weight's good.
Curl. Curl. Good toss.
So once again, maybe just a little bit of oversweeping there from Karek Martin.
Throw. Weight was good. What's that?
And so that won't quite get the roll they were looking for. Rebecca in the chat, Chelsea, was saying I'd have to learn how to sweep again, which is true. Like, it just occurred to me I've never even knifed. I've never knifed before.
Well, if you get invited to a charity spiel, you're skipping, so you don't have to know how to sweep.
That's a great point, and I won't. I won't even sweep behind the tee line. I'll be like, nah, I'm done.
Just no.
I might just knife one behind the tee line for fun, just to say I did it.
Get on board with this whole knifing situation.
Yeah, I have to. It sounds too cool to not be doing it.
Good shot. Good shot.
So Brett Gallant can't quite get the fully buried roll. And honestly, Chelsea, that's kind of been the story of the game here so far. It's just been every time, a team's maybe had a chance to like double and roll up behind a guard, they just hit it too thin and roll too far, or a shot like that from Brett trying to roll behind the guard and they just don't quite get there. And that seems to be part of the reason why we've had these 3 blanks in a row.
For sure. Even just the draw is not, they're drawing around a corner guard and it doesn't quite curl enough so it's open and you can chase it. So just we don't have a million guards in place, so you have to be pretty precise with the come-arounds and the rolls, and they've just been just that tiny little bit off. And some great shot making with, these chases and runbacks and stuff. They're making them look easy, but I promise you they're not. So a combination of things leading to this series of blanks that we've seen.
So potentially an opportunity here. You can see Brendan Bottcher deciding whether he wants to rip this center guard or come around it. And it looks like he has elected to rip it. So I hope you got your ticket because we're on a one-way trip to Blanksville here, Chelsea. Now, if you're Brendan Bottcher, and we've talked a lot about the scoreboard here, Chelsea, sixth end, we talk about teams wanting to score in the sixth. What's the reason why Brendan Bottcher would peel this center guard and not try to go around it and generate a score?
Well, I think the way this game has gone is probably playing into it a lot, because in a perfect world, you're tied coming home with the hammer, which if this game keeps going the way it has been, that's going to be where they are. So I think the inability to generate things is maybe factoring into that decision for Brendan Bottcher. He's perfectly happy to blank this and blank 7 and come home with the hammer. And even if you got 2 and 7, he wouldn't be that unhappy about that. So if that was a corner guard, I think you'd have seen him go around it, but not wanting to bring in, because you do bring in the outside chance of a steal if you go around that, because now you're bringing play to the middle with the hammer, which you don't love.
Well, while we head for another blank, we should give a shout out to all of the Curling Live crew here that have been making this broadcast happen all weekend long. Our director Thomas has been faithfully guiding the ship, Bowen on sound and graphics, Cole on the camera operation inside, and Dylan freezing his butt off out there operating the camera in this very cold building. Mike talked about how he had to compete with the outside temperatures, and poor Dylan has been he looks like a 7-layer cake out there. He's got more clothes on than anyone I've ever seen in my life, but he's making it happen for all of you watching at home, and the whole Curling Live crew, Rylan and Stu and everybody else doing a fantastic job to bring this to you, bring all this action to you. There's a good shot of Dylan. You can see there, flannel, hoodie, toque. I don't know how many pairs of pants he has on, but it's probably more than one.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive operation. This is my first time being involved, and I can't get over the amount of work that goes into everything that's happening here, and the quality of the stream and the production value, and it's just a great thing for the sport. And I know as players and as fans, everyone's very, very grateful to have services like this, to be able to see some other events, because the reality is there's so many curling events in a season and only a handful of them are on cable TV. So things like this are, I think, not going anywhere in the future, and these guys all do an incredible job, and I'm honored to have been part of it for a weekend here.
Well, you're doing great, Chelsea. I have to say, you weren't sure if you had 11 games in you, but here we are in game 11. You've done a great job. Everybody just saying wonderful things about you and saying average things about me, which is the way it should be. It's been a pleasure to have you beside me all weekend long, and look forward to perhaps calling some more games with you this year. I believe we've been discussing that possibility. So if that opportunity arises, then I would certainly welcome it.
As would I.
So Kevin Cooey's last rock here in the sixth end, and it's a familiar story. Just an open hit here to make sure that he secures the blank. roll out, making Brendan's blank attempt even easier. And Chelsea, I guess if you're Kevin Cooey in the 7th end, you're probably going to go decently hard to try and force Brendan Bottcher.
Oh, I would, yeah, more than decently, I would say. You're going to go pretty hard. You know that your chances of winning any game tied coming home without the hammer are low, but especially against Brendan Bottcher, and especially in a game where it's been so hard to generate any offense. So I think you're going to see Kevin throw pretty much everything he has at Brendan to try to make sure somebody scores in 7. Ideally, somebody scores 1, but he would probably be happier giving up 2 than letting Brendan blank 7.
So Brendan Bottcher will get a chance to look at this intern hit path. And we will get a chance to go to another commercial break. 7th end coverage. When we come back, Brendan Bottcher will have the hammer. You're watching Curling Live, official media partner of Sportsnet.
Gentlemen, we need to talk about your health. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, then you know it's difficult, both physically and emotionally. But remember, you are not alone. It's crucial to ask the right questions and to play an active role when discussing your options with your doctor. Gentlemen, it's time you take control of your health and ask about treatment options that are suitable for you. Go to crucialrehearsal.ca to answer a few short questions and download a personalized script to guide your next conversation with your doctor. Check it out.
Boys.
DoorDash is the official on-demand delivery platform of the Toronto Blue Jays. Delicious is on deck. Get $0 delivery fees on your first order. DoorDash. Dash that.
Hey everyone, Mark here from Team Bottcher. We're here in Calgary at the Hearing Loss Clinic new location at the University District. Come inside, let's meet the team, and let's see what makes us such a great company to partner with.
I think our vision at the Hearing Loss Clinic is to be sort of the hearing clinic out there, right? We want to showcase the best meticulous clinical work that we can and combine that with the incredible passion that our whole team has about hearing healthcare. We're all like-minded, we're all very passionate about our job, about hearing healthcare, and I think we really convey that to our clients. As soon as they come in the door, they're greeted by a great team of people, big smiles, coffee. We try and make everybody feel really comfortable with the whole experience, and it's really exciting for us to follow the research, to see what we can offer to our clients next, and really it's all about helping them on their hearing journey. I think 2 things that set us apart. One is how friendly and welcoming and excited our team is about all of the hearing healthcare stuff we provide, and also how we take a unique approach to hearing healthcare. So we have a wider scope of practice than a lot of clinics out there, and it's really important to assess every client's individual needs and what's going to work best for them from a treatment point of view.
Hello, curling fans. Welcome back to beautiful Okotoks, Alberta. Nice shot of Crystal Lake. I learned the name of that this week. I learned a lot about Okotoks this week, actually. Beautiful place to be, great place to spend a few days, and some great curling action here, too, inside the Okotoks Curling Club. The men's final, or, well, the final, between Brendan Bottcher and Kevin Cooey. And it's John Cullen, Chelsea Carey with you. And as we said before the break, Chelsea, I think Kevin Cooey probably going to try pretty hard to force a score of some kind here.
Yeah, I think he's going to try, not quite as if his life depended on it, but not far off from that. Just knowing the odds of being tied coming home without the hammer. which all these guys would know, it makes sense for Kevin Cooey to go pretty hard to try to make sure someone scores something in this end.
Unless it's like Bottcher scoring 7.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want to give up. You probably don't want to give up what you thought before this weekend was a crooked number.
Okay, jeez.
You don't want to give up 3 or more, but you would rather give up 2 than let him blank, I would guess. So
yeah, I guess if you're Kevin, you feel like you have a better chance of scoring 3 and 8 than you do of trying to steal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not that your chances of scoring 3 and 8 are very good, but they're probably better than your chances of stealing 1 to win.
Yeah, we did see it once this week, all the way back. The first game we covered, John Epping.
He did both.
Yeah.
Got the 3 and 8 and stole the extra.
Yeah, exactly.
But with the way Brendan Bottcher's playing and drawing, I don't see that being a high likelihood in this game. So if you can get someone to score 1 here, then it's anyone's game.
Whoa. Try and get under that. Okay.
Really good sweep by Kark Martin to get that by. They were worried about ticking one of those guards, which would have been less than ideal. Not exactly what they had in mind, but not a bad result. Unfortunately, they are all being in almost a line like this means that these might all be gone in a second here, or more accurately, about 6 seconds.
Ben Hebert on it right away, trying to hold it. And Brett Gallant will get 2, but not the 3rd.
Feel like they might as well have been playing this game with 3 and Ben's the only sweeper. It doesn't matter what side he's on, they're throwing his turn and he's sweeping every rock.
Right this.
Red one. Over curl is fine.
Halfway.
So Brad Thiessen looking to throw a halfway guard. And Chelsea has a skip. You know, there's been a bit of a debate in the sports, and, you know, maybe a good time to bring this up now with 4 blank ends in a row. You know, there's been a bit of a debate. Should the hammer switch after a blank end? Should we do something about the blanks now that the game is so good and we see more blanks? As a skip and someone who's been in the game for a long time, do you like it the way it is? Would you like to see some change?
I think I wouldn't mind seeing some change, and that's how it works in mixed doubles, and it does make it more exciting. There's no point in blanking because the hammer switches anyway, so you see teams taking their 1, but you see them trying to set up multiple points early. I think you'd probably, I don't know that we're super close to that happening, but I do think eventually that will be the case. They're trying to do something about it with the no tick zone and things like the general opinion right now is that we need to find a way to create more offense, more scoring. So I do think you're going to see some changes to that end coming up in the next bit here. I think the WCF announced that they are going with a no-tick rule this season. I thought I read that, but I'm not certain. But if they haven't yet, I think that is coming in the near future.
I'm not sure it's helping us. If we double peel, he's freezing here. Right now, he doesn't have it. He's got to play a tap or a hit. The double peel's not easy either. You're spinning it back to the center line, so you got to go big.
So electing to single peel rather than double here. So no issue for Brett Gallant there, and Tyler Tardy will replace that guard.
Yep. Hard Brad. Hard Brad. Hard Brad.
Hard line.
Whoa then.
Whoa, then.
Whoa.
And they don't want this to over curl. Looks like it's a little deeper than they were expecting. And it will show a little bit of that red.
That's good.
can. It's getting cute, but you can if you hit a quarter with hack.
I gotta kill the red.
What do you like? You want to give it a?
I'm here for whatever you like.
I think we're feeling. Yeah. To give it a run and actually have a good look, we're getting close to.
So there was some talk about maybe trying to play hack at the one in the house, or maybe try and do something in the house, but they elected not to, and Mark Kennedy just peels the guard, and Tyler Tardy will replace it.
Line's tight again. Whoa then.
And once again, this is over curling, but even more than the first one. This might end up fully opening up that red. And so we've been waiting for one of the two teams to blink, and that might be Kevin Cooey blinking right there. Tyler Tardy, unfortunately, just a little deep. And so his guard over curls, and now maybe Brendan Bottcher thinks about trying to lie too.
This way isn't helping us.
No, it's not. Well, you're never going to get this chance again. He's making a play on his next one.
If we make the roll, he's either burying it and not getting shot, or getting shot and leaving it open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What's your weight to make this?
Hack.
Hack?
Yeah.
Hack
and hit a half rock.
So your first thought when you look at that might be that you'd want to punch this through and roll under the guard, but all that does is give Kevin Cooey more things to draw around. Your rock is back button, he could freeze to it. You heard Brendan say right away that rolling that way doesn't help them. So what they're going to try to do, and this is not an easy shot, because you have to avoid the jam on that yellow rock on the side of the button, but he's going to throw hack weight and try to roll big to the open side and sit to and force Kevin Cooey's hand. Because if Kevin Cooey draws around that guard, like Brendan said, he's either going to be buried and not shot rock, or shot rock and open and Brendan can chase it. So sets up a good opportunity for multiple point end here for Brendan Bottcher if Mark makes this.
So big shot here for Mark Kennedy in the 7th.
Clean. Whoa. Curl.
Needs a finesse hit and roll here.
Hard, Brett, hard. Clean. Big roll. I got it. Right out.
Go, Benny, go!
Right out.
Go!
I think that's out. Tough to tell from our camera angle, but
Good sweep.
nice shot from Mark Kennedy. And I do feel like I heard a distant Ben Hebert F-bomb in the background, but I'm going to let it slide. It is the final after all. Very nice touch there from Mark Kennedy.
We'll put a stick on it.
Still getting that heavy stuff. Sliver less. T-line's the weight. Let me know if we're moving it. So same as that draw for one, kind of? That looks like that.
So it's a phrase we haven't spoken in a while, but Kevin Cooey is drawing. Looking to freeze on this yellow one that's partially buried behind that guard.
I had a bit late.
Early line. Hard line.
Line's,
Hard line.
line's good. T-line.
Close line.
Hard line.
Yep.
Hard line.
Yep.
Hard
Hard.
line.
Gotta
Hard
go.
line.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Right up.
And that over curls and is a little heavy for Kevin Cooey. And now Chelsea Carey, this is a big opportunity for Brendan Bottcher.
I think the weight was fairly close. They didn't mind bumping it a little bit. They just lost the line. You heard Tyler Tardy saying hard for line, and Kevin for a second said it was good and then jumped on board, and that second probably resulted in that slight overcurl. They are shot rock based on that overhead angle, but yeah, if you could ever freeze to the corner, which was the first indication here from
We could
Brendan and
fly
Mark,
it with good back line and probably
chase it. Let's listen to them.
He's got a nose double to sit two. Triple. Yeah. And you're forced. It's two shots. Hack weight, roll to there, or we lock the freeze.
I think I like chasing too. Yeah. I like the chase. That was my gut.
Throwing hack.
Yep.
Okay.
Just hack.
Throwing hack, and I think we're trying to hit about a about a thin half. Okay, sounds good.
So you heard there were two options there, either freeze on the corner of this red one or chase after it with hack weight. And Brendan Bottcher said his gut instinct was to chase after it, so that is what they're doing here. Do you have a preference for one or the other, Chelsea?
I think the result from the chase is a better result, but it's also probably the harder of the two shots. But if Brendan is seeing it, if that's his gut, then I like it, especially given that, yeah, I do think the result is slightly better just because at least you are going to sit shot rock after the shot. With the freeze, you won't be.
So big shot here for Brendan Bottcher. We've blanked 4 ends in a row, but we're not heading down that road here. And an opportunity for Bottcher to put a crooked number on the board if he can make this. Gallant really trying to knife it over. Can they get a piece of the red? They'll get enough of it to lie shot, but unfortunately they roll out of the house. And so it is looking like a force for Kevin Cooey.
I mean, I guess if I get rid of this, it's pretty good.
You can see here Gallant trying to bring this over, but maybe just a little heavy, Chelsea, and just didn't quite curl as much as they were hoping.
Yeah, they were saying hack. I think it was probably close.
Yeah,
I'm not
close.
sure if he. They said whoa pretty early out of his hand, so maybe just a little extra set.
Well, this is probably easier.
I'd love to see
I
him
don't.
go.
I don't like peel. We've seen a million here.
Yeah.
If I make that, we're good. I mean, that's. Huh?
If he makes that, more power to
That's
him. It's
50-50 at best, I'd say. They'll give it a go, though. But
yeah, like this. Yeah.
Mine won't. Just hang it on here.
Yeah. Good hack.
Yeah, what do you... That like...
What's that?
What do you think of that ice?
I think it's max, but
Yeah, but you're trying to hit half a rock.
okay.
What do you guys think that's max? I mean, we can't leave the double. But I do think that looks like a lot. But if
Yeah, I agree.
If we got to carve this. Shade less, solid hack.
So Kevin Cooey with a couple options here has elected to throw hack weight. Would like to split the rings and lie 2.
Yeah, and you heard him say we just can't leave the double. That's the only way you get in trouble here. Even if you roll out, it's a really hard. Like you might see Brendan try something for 2 just because he wouldn't be terribly sad to give up a steal of 1. But you're pretty happy with that if you're Kevin Cooey. Leaving the double is by far the worst outcome here. So you have to make sure you big roll, and if you roll too far, that's a better outcome than rolling not enough.
Yes!
And he does avoid leaving the double, and it is Kevin Cooey lying 2. And so, Chelsea, you said before this end started that would certainly be the goal for Kevin Cooey to get the force out of Brendan Bottcher, and it looks like he has.
Yeah, Team Cooey will be very happy with this outcome.
So final stone here for Brendan Bottcher in the 7th end. We have not seen a point go on the board in about an hour. But Brendan Bottcher would love to put one up here right now, facing 2. And that's as cool as you like from Brendan Bottcher. Makes the shot. We will put the 1 up on the board, but Kevin Cooey will have the hammer in the 8th end when we come back. You're watching the ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic.
DoorDash. Dash that delicious and nutritious. Dash that savory and sweet. Get $0 delivery fees on your first order. DoorDash. Dash that.
What do you see when you see you? Your own place? With your own groceries? We want to help you build the credit to do it. You've got this. We've got you. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
So a great look there at what these two teams are playing for. It's been a back and forth affair, a lot of great shot making, and you can see there a lot of blank ends, but Kevin Cooey gets the job done in the 7th end, forces Brendan Bottcher to 1. And Chelsea Carey, I believe the fireworks are about to start here.
Yeah, we've got, was looking like it might be a tough uphill battle for Kevin Cooey, and it still probably is, but given that we haven't seen a deuce yet, but much better situation than they could have been in had that gone the blank route. So we'll see if they can generate our first deuce.
So Ben Hebert looking to come around the center guard he threw on his first one.
Probably go a bit here. Up 4.
And great sweep there from Mark Kennedy to finish that off. Great game from both of the leads, very consistent shot making.
What do you got? You got any of this?
Which is pretty much what we're used to from both Ben and Karek.
Yeah. Guys like that?
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you? Well then,
So Karek Martin will look to follow Ben Hebert down.
Clean.
Still there.
Curl, you gotta go.
Back and forth.
Gotta go a mile. Gotta go a mile. Keep going.
Brad Thiessen trying to bring this one over. And it will come over, but not quite to the nose.
I'm sitting right behind where the line on that rock was, and what Brad Thiessen just did to that rock is insane. I just said it's not good carving. I said it isn't, and he made that curl feet. It was almost on the outside guard at the hog line, and it got all the way over there. So yes, it didn't quite get there enough, but that was an incredible carve by Brad Thiessen.
So chance here for Brett Gallant to get inside that stone just thrown by Karek.
Top 4.
Wait, real good. Line's good. Go ahead. Go ahead. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Just get it here. Line's good. Hard. Very good.
Very nice throw there from Brett Gallant.
Up 8. Oh, room.
Heavy.
What?
T-line.
Whoa then.
Top 4.
Clean.
Call is a little bit heavy from Tyler Tardy.
Freezing.
They don't want to be bumping this.
Line's good. Close for line. Yep. Whoa. Off. Just play the weight. Yep. Line. Hard.
Great shot, Brad.
And very nice shot there from Brad Thiessen. Nice touch. And I think we officially now have more rocks in play than we have the entire game. This is going to get fun.
You can almost see the wheels turning in Brendan's brain
Yes,
from
exactly.
here.
He's putting his engineering cap on right now.
It's not going anywhere. Yeah. Skirt it.
What about if we...
Yeah, he's just got lots of options with that one rock.
Yeah.
Like if he plants the one and rolls buried, it's... Yeah, those are the 2 shots, I think.
I think I like this. Of all of them.
Okay.
Just inside a nose. I think so.
Just inside.
So you could hear, it seems Chelsea Team Bottcher not super enamored of their angles right now.
Yeah, that shot just thrown by Brad Thiessen is just in a really good spot, and they have lots of options with it, lots of different good things they can do, run it onto that yellow and roll buried and sit, second, third, and fourth and really put the heat on. So looking to negate that by making a freeze on it. Would like to get across the face just a little bit here to the center line side of this and freeze maybe 3/4 of a rock on what we would call the low side.
Top 12.
So big shot here for Brett Gallant. Things starting to look in Team Cooey's favor. Needs a good freeze here.
Weight's great.
Line's good. Yep. Very good.
And that's an excellent shot from Brett Gallant. And I think, Chelsea, for me, what makes these shots in this end so impressive is for Brett and Brad, they've pretty much been playing hits the entire game. So all of a sudden, you blank all these ends. You've been playing run backs and hits and peel weight shots. in the 8th and most important end, you got to reach into your back pocket for draw weight, and they've both done that beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely. That's never an easy thing to do. You hear people saying like, geez, what's the speed? I haven't thrown a draw since practice, and that has to be what these guys felt like with the start of this end, and they've made basically everything nearly perfect. So pretty impressive to pull that out of your back pocket after 7 ends of hitting.
I don't see a lot else.
Yeah, like, I think I'm fine with it if he blasts.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just worried about, like, can he ever smash these? Or like, this should be in a good spot, this one.
I think we're okay with him blasting it, aren't we?
I guess we still got lots of rocks. It's just, I don't see much else, I guess.
No.
This rock is
Yeah, it's killing us.
it's whatever you're seeing, like I'm seeing kind of normal. Yeah, no, it's, you can probably hit it too thick. Even control is whatever you like. I like control. You played those hidden rolls here a couple times.
Okay, control. Solid.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa, hard.
Yep.
Whoa. Curl. Whoa.
So looking to change the angles a little bit here is Brad Thiessen.
Hard. Six.
Good shot.
Good shot.
Beauty.
And that's a very nice shot from Brad.
Is
It's
it
like your out turn with normal?
I'm actually seeing the in turn with normal.
Okay, just a sliver low.
Yeah.
It's the best leave
So you
if
can
you
see
get
on the
it a
replay
little
there,
low.
getting very close to that rock in the top 12.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard Kevin say before he threw it that
If anything, we might be
it
able to
was
get this
possible to
rock
hit
over
it
a
too
little bit
thick, and they almost did that, but ended up pretty much right where they wanted it. So now Mark looking to play this run back, but just playing it with normal, looking to leave the yellows around. You're only ever killing one red anyway, no matter how hard you throw this. So just throw normal, sit
Can I have just a pinch
first, third, and fourth, and put some pressure back on
Got you an inch off
Kevin
that
Cooey.
middle now.
So another big shot here for Mark Kennedy.
Clean.
Needs to run this one back.
Whoa, yep. Whoa. Very good.
Great shot from Mark Kennedy. Avoids the yellow shot stone on the button and lines up his 2 yellows perfectly. Very nice touch from Kennedy.
Just move it this far.
And exactly what you said earlier, Chelsea. You know, these guys make these shots look so easy. Playing like a control weight run back where you've got to move 3 stones is so difficult, and to hit it in exactly the right spot too, just such great touch.
Yeah, those kinds of shots are actually easier if you throw them hard, in the sense that you can just put the broom where you want to hit it, and the line call's a lot simpler. When you're throwing less weight, you have to anticipate the curl. So you're sweeping that before you're actually hitting it in the right place. So definitely a lot more difficult. But these guys play them all the time, and it's because of that. It's because you want to leave rocks around. If you just want to kill everything, then you throw it harder. But if you want to leave the run rock there, then the harder you throw it, the harder that is to do. So you'll see a lot of kind of control normal weight run backs from teams at this level.
Just jumped it on you here.
So Tyler Tardy couldn't quite get a piece buried.
Probably want to kill it, yeah.
Yeah, they just overswept that one a little bit. The weight was really close to what they wanted. Just needed it to curl up a tiny bit more, so it stayed at least a piece under. It didn't need to be buried because that yellow is back there, so the jam is set up. It just rolled just a tiny bit too far, and gives Mark Kennedy the opportunity to get low on this and kill the red and stay right in front of it, and then it's a bit of trouble for Kevin Cooey. not an easy shot. It looks like he can see maybe 3/4 of that from the hack approximately based on that overhead. So as long as he gets to nose, he'll be pretty happy here. He doesn't need to get to the inside.
So last stone here for Mark Kennedy in the 8th end.
Yep. Whoa.
Chance to really put some pressure on Kevin Cooey with a nice roll.
Hard, Ben. Hard, hard, hard.
Brett Gallant trying to bring this over. Needs to get an inside roll here. And won't quite get the roll, but does get the takeout. And it is now Brendan Bottcher sitting 2.
Trying to get low, just a little heavy.
I got way more. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't think you. I think it's still hack.
Yeah, I got a skinny half here. I think I can get there though.
Yeah, I mean you gotta have a go. Like nose is no good here, right?
Yeah.
Like this is might even be lined up anyway.
So as the team comes down to look at it, a reminder, Curling Live will be with you a bunch throughout this season, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to get a notification every time we go live throughout the season. We're going to have coverage of a ton of events throughout the season for you, so make sure you do that now.
I see. We got to get rid of that 2, don't we? Can I just show this like Brad again? And
What happens when he smashes that? That 4 is coming. Yeah. It's like this guy. It just seems like wherever you roll,
yeah,
it's just
yeah, you're right.
Maybe is
What
that
if we
okay,
just
then we'd have a freeze on.
Can we just throw like backline and kind of split this?
I don't love that. You need it to get all the way back here to be any.
Do we?
Well, I mean, it's going to be.
Yeah, yeah, you're
it's
right.
going to be. Yeah, I just don't think. I don't think you're going to be able to get here, right? Like this rock is going to be right here.
Yeah.
This rock.
Yeah, they're going to make it all the way.
Yeah, but their rock is. If our rock is here. I'm just worried he doesn't
the
throw
4 will
it.
stick
He
there
doesn't
and
throw it
we're
that
dead.
hard, right? Like he just has to get them.
Yeah.
And then he's got it all blocked. I do think though you probably just make this, chisel this.
Think so.
If they make that.
At least, yeah, we still got room for a deuce or score. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either.
So this is another one where we've ended up back at what they
Square one.
originally thought, and I do think this is the call. They're worried about the fact that if you get close to this, there's some options for Team Bottcher. He can run that guard back into those 2 yellows, which will then kill that red and maybe both reds, depending where your shooter is here. But I just don't think they have a better option. So you're going to see hack weight approximately try to just chisel that back rock. You're not as worried about killing the yellows at all right now, just moving them into the open and out of the 4-foot ideally.
Yep. Hard.
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 And Tyler Tardy will rack the guard. And that is a critical error at a critical time.
And then it's a guard we wish we didn't throw. He's gonna. Brendan's right. You throw the guard, he's going to play this.
If we can make that little run back and roll something left, just so he can't freeze here.
So that then it's a nose.
Then
Nose hit, squirt the 5 a little. Or your shooter. Yeah, it is hard. You're right. If you're anywhere close to making the shot, Brett, you're right.
I don't like leaving him that out-turn chip. I think he's going to make this most of the time. Get it into here somewhere. If we make this now, he's almost playing to score, right? Like he's got to blast this double.
Guys, what's the weight for this shot?
I like firm. I don't really want to. That 4 is going to spin a lot.
Just wondering if we care where the 4 goes.
Yeah.
Is my only.
Like we could almost throw easy with the intern, cross it just a little, and almost play it like this.
Right, but I like normal at least, just to take some curl out of it.
Sure. Normal with that intern?
Yeah, normal or firm, whatever you like.
No, I don't like firm. That 4 is going to almost get out of the house with firm.
Normal weight. Show me where you want it. Intern right there.
An inch.
Okay. And we're playing basically dead
Maybe
nose.
an inch high a nose, and I think we're trying to hit it an inch low a nose.
Okay.
No, I want my shooter to roll. Yeah. Intern.
So going to try to make this run back. What happens in the house will kind of take care of itself. They're going to throw just normal because they don't want the 4, which is that middle yellow that's sandwiched between the higher yellow and the red. They don't want it to spin too far, and they are afraid if they throw it harder that it'll spin. So trying to get just across the face of this a tiny bit, hit it a little bit lower on the board side of that rock, run it back in there and kill that red. And to Brendan's point, if he makes this, it's unlikely Kevin Cooey's going to be able to generate a deuce. They probably have him chasing just to score 1.
Whoa.
So first stone here for Brendan Bottcher, and a chance to really put the pressure on Kevin Cooey. That over curled at the last minute, but they will still move it far enough to sit 5 without the hammer.
Good.
Nice shot there from Brendan Bottcher. I was worried they lost it there for a second. I think they were too.
Yeah, I knew they were going to make noise back there, but I wasn't sure it was going to kill the red. But as it turned out, great result.
Yeah, get rid of these. He's never missing.
Look at the replay there. Very nice shot from Brendan Bottcher.
He's got to hit this, and we got to draw for 1. No, it just goes into the side of it. Out turn.
Okay. Right on nose.
Middle.
So just making the double here, Chels?
Yeah, I think that's you got to kill 2. You got to at this point for Kevin Cooey, you're just trying to make sure you have a shot for 1. So kill these top 2, leave your shooter there probably. Brendan will make a play. Then you probably still are throwing some sort of double or something for your last shot.
What is the other double? Is it better? What does he do? No, like, can I make just the same rock, just missing the...
Oh, and this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably a better score.
Yeah, like, does he still probably got to hit it, no?
Yeah.
He tries to hit and flop just in front, but...
Yeah, think so.
Okay, maybe get rid of them all here. Just feather that 1.
Sure.
Make sure 1 double.
I agree with this. I like this double better. That with the initial one, if he makes that and then Brendan Bottcher hits it on the nose, it's going to be a really hard score. With this one, you're getting that rock off the one that's full forfeit at the back there. You're going to lose that one.
All right.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Whoa. Touch it.
And so he does indeed get the double he wanted, and almost lucky for Kevin Cooey as well. Hits that catcher on the outside. So pretty nice shot there from Kevin Cooey.
where we get in danger is if we throw it top 8, top 12
Yeah.
and leave them a banger.
Just because of who we're playing, is it crazy to just hit and roll to the back of the 4? Like
Well, if we draw it to the side of the button, he's got to follow me down for one. That's not...
If it ever gets a little fudgy and we tick that top one, it's...
Yep. Let's make the roll to the back of the button. Yep. The height of it is pretty good.
Yeah.
We can roll right to where we want.
You're a few times. Yeah,
Yep.
like pretty straight on my out turn here. It's ran pretty true. What kind of weight are you thinking?
Well, I think we got to throw peel, probably bang it
I
over
agree.
there. Hey?
I agree.
Take,
Yeah, you roll right to your spot here. It's pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take center, or do you think we need...
I think you need a little less. If you throw it good positive, I think middle hits middle.
To be honest, we may as well go for it, nosing it ain't helping us. So yeah, I like that. Give me where we got to hit it.
So that's
I think we can hold it.
the ultimate respect for your opponent there. You know, you heard Mark say, just because of who we're playing, if we ever mess up our draw to the back button, Kevin Cooey might have a double or some kind of hit that he could make for 2. So electing to hit this one in the outside and make sure there's no way that he can get 2.
Yeah, the only way you lose this game is by leaving that rock there. So for me, I don't really see... I mean, you could put some pressure on him the other way, but I'd be hitting this for sure.
Oh, he had it. Sorry, Brendan. Good throw.
No, all good.
So close from Brendan Bottcher, but ultimately doesn't get the roll that he wanted, and so it will be an open hit for 1 for Kevin Cooey, and then we will go to an extra. So final stone here for Kevin Cooey in the 8th end. Needs a hit and stick to send this to an extra.
Yep.
Hard then.
Hard.
Yep, do it.
It's clean.
Clean. Throw Kev.
And never in doubt, so it's been a cagey game all the way through, and we're going to continue that to the extra end. We'll have it for you here on Curling Live. When we come back, you're watching the ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic.
Gentlemen, we need to talk about your health. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, then you know it's difficult, both physically and emotionally. But remember, you are not alone. It's crucial to ask the right questions and to play an active role when discussing your options with your doctor. Gentlemen, it's time you take control of your health and ask about treatment options that are suitable for you. Go to crucialrehearsal.ca to answer a few short questions and download a personalized script to guide your next conversation with your doctor. Check it out.
Well, boys.
DoorDash is the official on-demand delivery platform of the Toronto Blue Jays. Delicious is on deck. Get $0 delivery fees on your first order. DoorDash. Dash that.
Hey everyone, Mark here from Team Bottcher. We're here in Calgary at the Hearing Loss Clinic new location at the University District. Come inside, let's meet the team, and let's see what makes us such a great company to partner with.
I think Our vision at the Hearing Loss Clinic is to be sort of the hearing clinic out there, right? We want to showcase the best meticulous clinical work that we can and combine that with the incredible passion that our whole team has about hearing healthcare. We're all like-minded, we're all very passionate about our job, about hearing healthcare, and I think we really convey that to our clients. As soon as they come in the door, they're greeted by a great team of people, big smiles, coffee. We try and make everybody feel really comfortable with the whole experience, and it's really exciting for us to follow the research, to see what we can offer to our clients next, and really it's all about helping them on their hearing journey. I think two things that set us apart. One is how friendly and welcoming and excited our team is about all of the hearing healthcare stuff we provide, and also how we take a unique approach to hearing healthcare. So we have a wider scope of practice than a lot of clinics out there, and it's really important to assess every client's individual needs and what's going to work best for them from a treatment point of view.
Well, hello, curling fans. It's some bonus curling here in the final, the ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic. Team Bottcher, Team Cooey tied maybe a surprising 2-2 after 8 ends. And so we go to a 9th. And Ben Hebert has already made 1 tick, and he'll be looking to make another once this Carrick Martin rock comes to rest. Okay. Well, that is a big and uncharacteristic error from Carrick Martin, and now Brendan Bottcher, my goodness, in full control. Ben Hebert getting to throw a peel. We were talking earlier about Leeds being ecstatic to throw hits. Getting to throw a peel is just beautiful whenever you get to do it, especially when it's not a...
I was going to say, it's usually a peel of shame.
A peel of shame, yeah. When it's not a POS, then you're even happier. So very unfortunate from Carrick Martin, and this is going to be a very difficult extra end for Kevin Cooey. I don't know what odds PointsBet would be giving you now. If there were live odds on this end, I believe they would be greatly in favor of Team Bottcher.
Oh, yes. They would have been before the end started.
Now, yes, exactly.
Now they would be astronomical.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like a UFC fighter that's been wobbled for 4 rounds in a row. And so, yeah, they can just fully peel out now, too. This is almost like an old school extra end. Just
the 90s.
Super clean and maybe a little panic there from Team Bottcher, but Brett Gallant makes no mistake.
A little bit of trepidation about that one, but got her done.
I like that you snuck in trepidation just before the end of the game. Gosh, you got me. You got me on the big words. It's going to be tough for me to find a reason to use a big word before this one's done.
Yeah, you're fine.
Shot.
So another peel here for Brett Gallant. A reminder once again that if this is your first time joining us on Curling Live, welcome. We're going to be here with you all season, a ton of coverage from events across the country. We're going to be in Calgary next. Chelsea, I believe your team will be there as well in the autumn gold. That's always a fantastic ladies spiel. Basically, it's basically the 6th slam or 7th slam or whatever you want to call it. It used to be a slam back in the...
We used to call it a slam, yeah.
Absolutely.
Before we had slams in arenas, there was a series of big events. There was one in Saskatoon. There was one in out east for a while in New Glasgow, and the one in Winnipeg, the old Manitoba Lottery Spiel.
Oh, yes.
Fairly high, guys.
Absolutely.
Fairly
so
high.
there you go. So the Autumn Gold will be a fantastic event. Most of the world's top women's teams will be there. We'll look forward to covering that for you, and then we'll get our focus back to the men in Penticton, and then we'll also be in Halifax, Red Deer, and Brantford. So it's going to be a busy season here on Curling Live, so make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that we can remind you when we're live and you don't have to go looking for it.
Yep.
Easy,
Clean,
easy, bud,
clean,
easy.
clean. Good toss.
What, you want to try here?
Don't mind that.
Sure.
So Kevin Cooey with Tyler Tardy's second rock electing to come around this very wide corner guard. We used to call this the side saddle straddle. You just try to get around this corner guard and then just sort of straddle the rings. You just try to get your rock like half in the rings.
Put it right on the tee line because you don't have any more rings than that.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Hard then. Hard. Curl. Curl. Curl and go. Line's good. Curl and go if you can. Hang it on the back. Hard, Brett. Hard.
So Thiessen and Martin trying to bring this into a place where it is buried. A nice shot there from Tyler Tardy. Yeah, that is hanging on the rings, and we're sitting right behind the hack. That is completely buried.
You want to throw hack at it, or do you want to rip it?
Well, I think hack's the shot. We got to be a little careful.
Well,
let's throw like a good hack.
Good hack. I'll give you some ice.
Yeah, sure.
There's nowhere you can roll off this rock that's going to do us any harm.
So what's the reason here, Chelsea, for chasing this as opposed to just peeling the guard?
I don't know that I would be, if I'm being honest. I mean, you're going to be sitting shot in the house if you make it, and then Kevin's got to deal with it. But it seems like a hard shot to me with not a huge benefit. I mean, it's only half in the 12-foot, so worst case, it's a pretty makeable draw for Brendan on his last. But it's the best result. It's just a little bit of a riskier shot.
Whoa. Curl. Clean.
Well,
Very good.
not as much risk when Mark Kennedy's throwing it, I suppose. He makes no mistake there, and it is Brendan Bottcher lying one with the hammer here in the extra.
Same as it's been.
So Kevin Cooey will put up a center guard. I bit my own tongue again. We'll put up a center guard and just hope that Brendan Bottcher plugs it and gives him something to draw around on his last one.
Make it usable.
Line's good. Good throw, Kev.
A reminder as well, we'll have a post-game interview and the trophy presentation coming up after this game is concluded, so make sure you stick around for that.
That's probably minimum, right?
So Brendan Bottcher just needs a peel here, and then he will likely have a relatively easy shot on his last.
Little bit. Go ahead, Benny. Go. Good. Good sweep.
Good scrub. Yeah.
So Kevin Cooey will freeze or just kind of look to get in front of this Yellowstone here, and then Brendan Bottcher will have the 8-foot to draw to for the win.
Back 8. It's just about back 12. Okay. Sweep for back, full back 8.
Line's good.
I got decent.
Line's real close. Where are you? Hard then. Hard then. Can you curl it all?
No, line's good. Get it there.
Line's good.
Get it there. Line's good.
Hard, Kirk.
Hard, Kirk.
Hard.
Hard,
Hard.
right up.
You got-
Right
go,
up,
go,
right
go,
up.
Go, go, go.
And so Kevin Cooey doesn't quite get it to the back one, and Brendan Bottcher will be able to pick it off for the win. So final stone of the extra end and final stone of the ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic. A perfect 6-0 for the new Team Bottcher, and they will hoist the trophy. A fantastic final between Kevin Cooey and Brendan Bottcher, but in the first salvo, it's Bottcher who strikes a fantastic game and a fantastic result for both teams. We'll be back after this short commercial break with a post-game interview and trophy presentation for Chelsea Carey and everyone here. I'm John Cullen. We'll see you back after this ad break.
DoorDash. Dash that delicious and nutritious. Dash that savory and sweet. Get $0 delivery fees on your first order. DoorDash. Dash that.
What do you see when you see you? Your own place? With your own groceries? We want to help you build the credit to do it. You've got this. We've got you. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
All right, hello everybody, welcome back. We're just figuring out where to stand for this trophy presentation. Congratulations, Team Bottcher, your 2022 ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic champions. And with the trophy presentation, it's Mike Libis.
Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for having us. Glad we had curling live here. So we're super excited for our champions this
Gentlemen,
year.
we need to
special
talk
thanks to
about
our
your
sponsors
health.
first, ATB, Fire Brewery, and Cooperators Okotoks. But it's pretty special to have the new Team Bottcher as our 2022 champions. Congratulations, Team Bottcher.
Thanks.
There's no crowd here to clap.
That's all right.
That's
Thanks,
okay.
Mikey.
I'll clap for you. There's not no one even upstairs that can clap, so it's just me. but I'm holding the mic, so it's probably sounding horrible with me clapping right into it, so it's perfect.
Excellent.
All right, and I'm here with winning skip Brendan Bottcher. You guys can enjoy the beautiful trophy while I talk to Brendan. Brendan, you know, obviously tight game, a lot of blanks in the middle of the game. What happened out there, aside from great shot making?
Well, you know, from my perspective, we were in control. We were tied with the hammer, and I was just waiting for him to take a little bit of risk, and ultimately we took a little bit of risk in 7, got forced, and then we played a great 8th and 9th. So really proud of the boys for how we finished.
Yeah, really good. I liked you guys made a call in the 8th end to hit that one on the side, and I heard Mark say it's had maybe a little something to do with your opponent. Is that the case as to why you hit that one?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've been burnt a few times on that bridge, and sometimes you just got to take your medicine. You know, we sat down as a team at the start of the week and decided tied with, we were happy. So, you know, just doing what we said we were going to.
Awesome. Well, it was a great tournament for you guys. Now you're off to Fredericton, the first time ever curling's had, you know, the PointsBet Invitational, a single elimination event. Is there anything you're doing different to prepare for that event as opposed to something like this, a triple knockout?
I don't think so. You know, I mean, just playing this event is real good preparation for us, a new team. Now it feels like we at least have a few games under our belt, but we're going to have to come out and be sharp just like everyone else.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, Brendan Bottcher, Mark Kennedy, Brett Gallant, Ben Hebert, Coach Paul Webster, your 2022 ATB Financial Okotoks Curling Classic champions. Thanks to everybody who tuned in on Curling Live all weekend long. We'll be back with you for the Autumn Gold in about a month's time in Calgary. We're looking forward to that. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you back here very soon. Bye.
Thanks, Johnny.
Great job.
Yeah, thanks.
Great job.
I think it's great to be partnered with another Alberta-based company who shares a lot of the same values and beliefs as us. Our team's looking to represent not only Alberta, but Canada. And I think just the privilege of being able to wear the red and white and put on that maple leaf is definitely what we're chasing. And hopefully that for us means a couple of world championships and culminating in the 26 Olympics in Italy. I think you need to be active and engaged in your community. You need to be a positive model for all the kids coming up, you know, playing whatever sport they're competitive in. And I think all of us on this team are really striving to be, you know, not only good teammates to each other on the ice, but hopefully also real good ambassadors for curling and sport as a whole off the ice.
They have a great family there and a great team. A lot of the same qualities that we have, just teamwork, working hard to get the job done, and helping out each other along the way. So I think that as we continue to work with ATB over the next 4 years, you're going to see a lot of those qualities come through in our curling team.
The people at ATB have been great to me. I've met a whole whack of them over the last 9 seasons. Great people, they do a ton of stuff in the communities. They brought me into a lot of local communities as well, where I've got to meet even some of their clients and brand representatives.
We feel very fortunate to be partnered with a company that gives so much to Alberta and small town Alberta, being born and raised here in this wonderful province, and being partnered with a brand like them means the world to me. Being able to be involved with a company that gives so much to the grassroots. Even during the COVID years, they created 2 World Curling Tour events that we could play in. And just seeing their passion to give back to this wonderful province is one of the reasons we feel so fortunate to be partnered with them.
Aztec safety. This must be the place, boys.
Huh, this is about right. Looks like this is where the engineers hang out. Nice spot.
Here's something else that's cool under pressure.
Great tour, but where's our man Brett?
I don't know. All right, normally he's bailing me out. Roll reversal, baby, there he is. Rescue mode.
Putting out fires for these guys already.